Yeah, there we go.
Hello,
Yes, we are then. Tim.
just to let you all know, it's absent. Hello, good evening and welcome to Weymouth Town Council Planning and Licensing here on Tuesday, the 12th of May, 2026. We'll move straight into item number 1, which is apologies for our absence. We have one apology, which is Councillor Young, and I don't have any substitution, so I'll just go straight in. I'll propose that we accept the apology, seconded by Councillor Dickens. All those in favour? That's unanimous. Thank you. We can now move to item 2, which I'm sure you're all aware of. Committee, have you any declarations of interest? We've had no posts written in. No, should you, while we're going through any items, see it, please shout up. We can now move to item 3, which is the minutes of the last meeting. Members are asked to agree the minutes of the last meeting held on the 14th of April 2026 as a true and accurate record, and that they are signed as such. Would anybody like to bring up anything from the minutes? In that case, I will propose the minutes and Councillor Dickens will second it. All those in favour? Any abstentions? And one abstention. We now move on to item 4, which is public participation. And tonight we have Mr. Phil Watts here, who's attending to talk about a planning application, 7 Carlton Road North. So I invite you up, Mr. Watts. If you don't mind. If you go at the front, I mean, we can all see you. We'll all see you. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Chair and members of the committee. My name is Phil Watts and I address you as a member of the public. I have no professional or pecuniary interest in this matter whatsoever. But I do respectfully ask that your committee signal the Town Council's formal objection to the current revised application for the change of use of the Weatherbury Hotel to an 11-bedroom HMO. Indeed, I speak to you as both a local resident and a former regular who has lived locally to the Weatherbury for nearly 27 years and knows of the premises well, as indeed my liver and back health. Safe to say that I and others in the local community vehemently oppose the proposed change of use of the upper floors of the pub, not least because the loss of the popular low-cost tourism accommodation offered, but also due to the impact on the future viability of the pub itself, which, if we are not careful, will also be lost in due time. Separate to any concerns about the suitability of providing more permanent residential offering above a noisy public house in an area which is already has more than its fair share of HMO and shared accommodation. It is, after all, the case that the Weatherbury was sold in good faith only last year as a going concern due to the owner's imminent retirement. Indeed, whilst it is unfortunate that this committee did not object to the previous application for reasons that I can only assume related to the fact that it was not abundantly clear that it concerned the Weatherbury Public House, I and many others were delighted by the local planning authority's decision to refuse to grant permission, as I am too about the fact that this revised application has afforded yourselves a second bite of the cherry to reconsider the application afresh. I therefore respectfully ask that this is done this evening, with you reflecting on the previous decision to formally object to the application, but instead agreeing to object upon the lines of Dorset Council's original decision. It is, after all, the case that, short of amending the plans to include the requisite car parking, bin and cycle storage, the current proposal is exactly the same as before. It follows that the cynic in me suggests that the revised application has only been submitted to address some technicalities with the original application. I therefore respectfully ask that the committee table an objection to the application on the grounds of the loss of the entirety of the first floor and second floor accommodation, contrary to policy Econ 6 of the local plan. due to the fact that the loss of the manager's accommodation will prejudice the viability of the pub, contrary to policy COM3 of the local plan and also policy W53 of your recently adopted neighbourhood plan. Due to the fact that the HMO accommodation will sit above the retained pub, which would be detrimental to the amenity of future residential occupiers by virtue of noise and disturbance and odours from the pub, contrary to policy ENV 16 of the local plan. And also because the applicant's intentions for car parking are unclear, such that the council is unable to conclude whether there would be any impact on highway safety, rendering the application contrary to policies COM7, COM9, ENV 11 of the local plan, and also policies W29 and W48 of the neighbourhood plan. These being alongside any separate reservations which you may have about the density of development, nature and use of the HMO, which is not explained, and the oversupply of HMO accommodation in the immediate area. I therefore respectfully ask that you, as a committee, signal your objection to this application, delegating your formal objection to Nikki and your chair, if you deem that appropriate, in order to furnish the detail of your response to this council. Many thanks for your time.
Thank you very much. We have no further public participation, but we're now going to move into item 5. And the first item on is 7 Carlton Road North. So it saves us moving it in and out and doing votes. So, and I know Councillor Orrell, you wish to speak on this.
Yes, thank you, Chair. Yeah, I'll put it down to talk about anyway. Because it had been pointed out to me by someone else that this was contrary to our recently adopted local plan. And
Neighbourhood
plan. And as the neighbourhood plan was voted in by a majority, then we probably ought to pay some attention to it, which is particularly the HMO, house of multiple occupation. This is on the edge of my ward, but in my ward there's rather too many houses of multiple occupation, many of them well run, but some of them not. And it does lead to tension in incidents in the area. So we've probably got our fair share of HMOs in this bit of Weymouth. So to object to it would seem to me to be quite a reasonable course. So I'll be objecting. I thank
Mr.
Watts for bringing some of the policies we might reference in our objection.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Anybody else? Like Councillor Clifford?
First, just like to thank Mr. Watts. That's probably the best reasoned argument I've heard from any member of the public in my time.
Yeah.
So that is excellent. Like many of us, I've been keen to get into the neighbourhood plan and support it wherever we can. This clearly is an area of many other HMOs, and it's something we should be cognizant of. For me, it's just one too many. So I'm very happy to support Councillor Orrell and our member of the public, Mr. Watts, as well.
Yeah. Any other members of the committee? I think that the important thing is that we must object on material grounds. And I was hoping Nikki was writing down all the.
Not that quick, I'm
Right.
afraid. But if Mr. Watts would like to.
Pass me as.
Borrow that, please?
Yeah. It's just so that we can get the policy numbers.
Neighbourhood Plan
Chair,
29.
may it be helpful if I pass you a copy of the
Yeah.
original officer decision,
Yeah. So, yeah,
with that objection having been satisfied.
yeah. So we've got policy W29 of the Weymouth Neighbourhood Plan.
Yeah.
And we've got ENV 16 of the local plan. And conflict of COM3 of the local plan.
Yeah.
W53 of the Weymouth Neighbourhood Plan. Yeah. And it's failure to demonstrate safely and provide any cycle parking, which is again against the Weymouth neighbourhood plan.
That has been satisfied.
That's been done.
It has.
That has. It's the issue about the liability of public laws.
Anybody else? So if we read out, so I take it that the John, you would like to object on the grounds of.
Okay, so you have just reeled off W29 of the Weymouth neighbourhood plan, ENV 16 of the local plan, conflicts with COM 3 of the local plan, and W53 of the Weymouth neighbourhood. And I can obviously pad that out
Yeah.
with
With the
details of the policies.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a bit more padding detail in an email,
Yeah.
which I'll just. Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
which I'll forward, so if you could padding, you can, relevant policy numbers, rather than go through the policy numbers now, they're all
Yeah.
detailed lists, so.
You've sent that to them.
That's the gist of it.
Yeah,
So just. You should won't check.
yeah,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
so we're going to object on those grounds. All those in favour? That's unanimous.
Did we have a second?
Oh, yes, councillor Clifford. Yeah. And the vote was unanimous.
Yeah.
Thank you ever so much for coming in, Mr. Watts, and thank you for the lovely detail. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We now move on to 13 Custom House Key, John. Over to you, councillor Rowan.
Yeah, this is, yeah, in my ward, I noticed it's kind of upgrade and some fairly modern windows. I was inclined to support this one. It may run into rougher waters over the Ridgeway, but
Yeah.
I'm quite in favour of people being able to change their windows from out of date, single glazed, drafty windows to
Yeah.
modern design, double glazed, which looks, from the drawings I could see, it looks better than what's in there at the moment.
Yeah.
Actually more historic looking, because the modern double glazing doesn't have to look like the 1970s aluminium. This is, it looks good. So I'd like to support it on the grounds of probably economic development if we have to have a policy.
Yeah,
But
we have been through this before.
we have,
The conservation officer, what will he say?
it will object,
He will object.
so I want to support it.
So what it is to make these houses so they're not using so much heat.
Makes it more efficient.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keeps heated longer.
Yeah.
Which building is 13 Custom House? Is it a house or a commercial premises?
It's a commercial one. So near the Staples, the restaurant, that kind of area.
Yeah.
And we have supported ones in the past, haven't we?
We have.
Yeah,
Is it definitely grade 2 listed?
That's, I still support it, whatever it's listening. Having warm windows and not wasting money on.
Grade.
Heritage statement.
you have to do it every time.
I know, I don't like when it does this too.
Master's office.
Yeah, just.
One of the first things that it's listing.
Absolutely.
So to say, oh well,
So,
but it's an LBC application, so it must be listed building.
yeah. Councillor Clifford.
So you know my position on windows, which is I tend not to support them. However, for this, the heritage statement details that neighbours on either side have been done exactly the same. So for me, I'm comfortable allowing this one through.
So you would just like to
Support it.
we fully support this for what reasons should we put in there?
I'd like to put environmental reasons, it's
Yeah.
going to be safe,
Yeah.
heating
Yeah.
and therefore carbon emissions.
Chair, can I suggest we add the line about local precedent
Yes.
with others?
Yeah. If everything around it is already done.
The local.
Presidents. Nearby properties.
Yeah.
Um,
So if you just.
Okay, so the council fully supports the application for environmental reasons. This will save heating and therefore carbon emissions. The precedence has been set by nearby properties.
Yeah, so John would like to propose that, I take it, yeah? Seconded by councillor Dickens. Anybody else like anything to say? All those in favour? That's unanimous. We now move on to a land and building known as Tumbledown Farm. Oh, again, councillor Rowell.
I thought we ought to say something about it.
Yeah.
Been a fairly major development. Probably one of the most prominent things we've delivered as a town
Yeah.
council over the last 10 years. So this is a further expansion of the site, and we'll see that create the space for our nursery to move on site. So we probably ought to at least consider it.
Well, we have had discussions, John.
Yes.
Loads of discussions. I mean, it ties in with moving the nursery.
Yes.
It's part of that plan. You know, I just fully support it.
So do I, but I thought
You know,
worth discussing.
yeah,
Giving it a bit more of a push than our standard response.
yeah, so that the town council fully supports it's our project. Yeah,
Can we enthusiastically support it?
yeah, by all means, councillor Clifford, by all means. Because it's gonna save our residents money.
What grounds are we supporting?
It could be go economic on it, John, because it'll provide,
We probably could, because some of the stuff we produce in our nursery is commercial. It goes out to businesses.
yeah,
So, yes.
for
Provide
commercial reasons,
Commercial, environmental.
mental.
Environmental reasons.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, so would you like to propose that one, John? Yeah,
You don't-
would anybody like to second? Councillor Taylor? All those, if you could enthusiastically raise your hand. Yeah. That's unanimous.
Not with both hands though.
Yeah, I know, I was waiting.
We come on now to the Weymouth Nursing Home, Glendinning Avenue. It's on you again, councillor Ryan.
Yeah, again, it's just on the edge of my patch. Intermittently in my ward at the moment, it's not, but it probably will be after the next reorganisation. This, again, is I've supported, this one looks fairly reasonable. Expansion, it's a successful business.
Yeah.
They've tried in the past, they've been asked to make modifications, which they've made. The problem before was the scale of the buildings, they seem to have.
Yeah.
To my mind, the scale looks
Yeah.
appropriate now, because a lot of the other buildings around there are quite tall. So it's reasonable that this one is of equivalent size. And they've left a bit of a garden at the back, which is welcome,
Yeah.
because some of the nursing homes built to absolutely limit their property, and then the residents got nowhere to sit, but this one's left the garden, which I approve.
This planning application was refused, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Originally, so they've made amendments to it. And so we support the application because of the amendments
Yeah,
that have been made to address past
Concerns.
concerns, yeah.
Your
Do you-
amendments made to allay.
Yeah.
To allay previous concerns.
Yeah.
Will they be employing more staff as well? 10 extra rooms, that help.
It's employing them and being able to house them.
Yeah.
Some of this accommodation might be is for staff. So it's an employment thing.
Yeah. And future employment.
Yes.
And to support future employment. Okay.
Would anybody else like to talk on the Weymouth Nursing Manual? No, so if we read out the.
Okay, so the council supports the amendments on the grounds that they allay previous concerns and will support future employment.
Yeah,
That's fine.
yeah. So would anybody like to second this? Councillor Clifford? All those in favour? Then that is unanimous.
Thank you.
We now come on to the item of the ones that have come through or late legal dispatch. is
Yeah,
that the-
they came
Yeah.
in after the,
Yeah.
just for legal dispatch, yeah.
And we have New Look House, Mercery Road, Morrison's Car Park, the Old Rooms Cove Inn, 53 Field Barn Drive, and 3 St Mary Street, Weymouth. Has anybody, having seen the papers, has anybody like to comment on any of it? Or do we move it into, on block into item 6? Okay. So
There's one second, isn't it?
I'll propose that we move these items into item 6 of planning applications, no objection. Seconded by councillor Clifford. All those in favour? And that's unanimous, Nicky. We now come on to item 6. And are there any items that members would like to indicate that they wish to speak about any things in item 6? Councillor Clifford.
Yeah, apologies for not giving you prior warning, Chair, waterside holiday.
Who's that? Where's that?
It's about halfway.
Is the one that ends 4477?
It's the old room.
Some planning applications. So, we'll find it.
We'll find it. And at Newton's Road. George's Avenue. On Green.
It's underneath Glendinning Avenue.
1, 2, 3. 10th one down.
Waterside holidays. Thank you. Yes,
So, not my ward, but, and I accept this is a reduced scheme, but I stand by my previous comments that a solar array on the Jurassic Coast in clear view of Preston, Sutton Points and other areas is just inappropriate.
so you would say the material planning consideration would be impact on the countryside?
Yeah. Countryside views,
You can't,
heritage area.
what is it, area of outstanding natural beauty,
Jurassic Coast.
Jurassic Coast. You can't put view,
It was
Well, yeah, landscape is probably
that's why I say
The catch-all
impact on
word,
the
isn't it?
countryside.
So, SSIs, like, I think. Memory.
So the proposal would be that you would like to oppose this on the impact on the countryside?
that's my view. I'd
Yeah.
be interested to hear what other
Yeah.
councillors.
Yeah, last I was looking back, we objected last time, referencing the Redcliffe Coastal Access Area, policy W08 of the Weymouth Neighbourhood Plan.
Yeah.
So we can do the
Hang
same.
on, slow down, John.
We'll just use, we got a basis for a previous objection.
Yeah.
This is a scaled down version, but we're still objecting
Yeah.
on the same grounds.
That's some previous objection.
No.
Okay, so proposal is that we object due to the impact on the countryside. And referencing W08 of the Weymouth Neighbourhood Plan. Objections based on our previous objection, the proposal has been just been scaled down.
Right, so. Anybody else like to talk on the solar array? No, so we have a proposal from councillor Clifford, which we've all heard, seconded by councillor Dickens. Nobody else got anything? All those in favour of the proposal? Lovely, and that will be, we don't have to vote to move it into item 5, do we? No, that's just on the 6th. No. Has anybody got anything else that they would like to talk about?
Chair, not to talk, but I've forgotten to mention that I live on Placers Lane and part of this application is one for Springside on Placers Lane. I've got no connection to it whatsoever, but I thought just make it known that that it's an interest of sorts.
So if nobody else has got anything, no? Nobody wants to talk about the site at Marchioness House? Marquesia House, sorry.
I want to say I'm very pleased that it's
I
progressing.
think, yeah, I am as well.
Yeah.
And they're actually
Cracking
solid.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Do you want to comment on Newton's Road? I mean, it's such a significant development. It feels like we ought to say something.
on,
Newton's Road.
No, that's right.
yeah, land of Newton's Road.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm still trying to catch up with my kids.
Yeah, I think we've been pretty supportive in the past. It just
Yeah.
feels like continue that level of support.
Council continues.
so you'd like to say that about land at Newton's and the site, put them in together?
Yeah, what's our previous position? Sure,
We
we
supported it.
were happy with it,
Yeah.
weren't we?
Yeah, we
So,
regretted the loss of.
So we're going to support Mark
Yeah,
Casey,
yeah,
we need to vote on.
yeah,
We're making comments.
yeah, so we would like to
Continue our
continue our support for Marchioness House and land at Newton Road. I'll propose that we say that. Do we have a seconder, please? Councillor Clifford? Because we have to have a vote on it because we're changing our normal thing. Yeah, all those in favour? Yeah. That's unanimous.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then I'll propose that all the rest we send our normal comment to.
All right, let me just catch up because I need to just strike
Yeah.
through these, otherwise they'll end up going in as
Yeah.
standard comment, which obviously we don't do, so that's
No.
like, okay. so-
Yeah.
Newton's Road.
Would be just for that. Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Before all the others would send our normal response, I'll propose that. Do I have seconder, councillor Taylor? All those in favour? And that is unanimous. We now move on to item 7, which is your tree preservation orders, and there are none. We come to item 8, planning applications responded to under delegated powers. And again, this is just information items, but would anybody like to pick up anything on these? The White Horse Cottage, it's just trees again being removed.
Too far, this one, sorry.
Right.
Gone too far with scrolling down my.
Went there pretty quick though, Nicky.
It did.
Yeah.
Goodness me, it definitely did.
Mm.
Okay, here we go.
So, item 8, again, would anybody? Right, in that case, we'll move on to item 9, which is licensing enforcement and appeals and formats. And we have an appeal for east of 1 Great Western Terrace, Weymouth. And would anybody like to comment on this?
So I'm just gonna go to comments.
Because planning permission, as you'll see in the papers, was refused.
Yeah, the committee submitted its standard.
Yeah.
Comment for that one. The council supports this application and raises no objection. The Dorset Council reason for refusal is up on the screen
Read
here.
now.
I couldn't see the problem.
So, well, if you would like to propose that we stand by our original,
No objection.
no objection.
Yeah.
Seconded by councillor Arell. Yeah, provisional. Yeah. Anybody else? All those in favour? And that again is no.
So that just means I don't have to contact the planning
Yeah.
inspectorate because our comments will have already been sent up by Dorset Council.
And now we come to licensing part of it, which is the Bridge House Coffee Shop. Dorset Council has received an application for a new premises licence for the above venue. You know this one, don't you, John?
Yes, it looked like a straightforward coffee shop. There's a modest additional to his license rather than being a brand new drinking den. So it seemed perfectly reasonable to me, so I'd support them.
Yeah.
And the hours were quite reasonable, so.
Yeah. So would you like to say that we, Dorset Council, Weymouth Council has no objection
Yeah,
to
so we
this?
think the application meets the four licensing
Yeah.
objectives.
Do we have a seconder for that, councillor Clifford? All those in favour? That's unanimous. Then we have an application for a new licence at FICA, is that how you pronounce it? FICA, 94 St Mary Street. Would anybody, this again is in your patch, I think, John?
Yeah, it's an area which has got several pubs already, and again, the opening hours were kind of standard for the evening. It's not the ones that caused trouble in the past when we had a profusion of nightclubs, and since COVID,
Yeah.
most of the nightclubs have folded and people don't seem to be drinking in small hours in the mornings. And this one isn't a nightclub, so I thought it met the licensing objectives.
So we support the
Yes.
application again? Just the Portuguese place.
Which really was, it was, they had them up there before.
So,
I support.
so we support, so proposed by councillor Arell, seconded by councillor Dickens. All those in favour? And that is unanimous. Application for club premises certificate, Castle Cove Sailing Club.
Again,
I couldn't see any problems with it.
now it's been run as a club for a long time,
Years.
and it doesn't cause trouble. It's good. It's good venue for events and
Yeah.
functions. So we should.
So we have no objection
No.
at all? No. So would somebody else like to propose this time? Councillor Taylor? Seconded by councillor Day. Anybody else? No, all those in favour? That's unanimous. We have a sitting out licence application for Les Enfants Terrebonne. I mean, they've been for years, well, no, it must be a couple of years now that they've had seating there and there's been no problems.
That's been fine.
Yeah.
selling up and closing.
Yeah, I thought it was selling up at some point.
Yeah.
I didn't see,
There's
but
a full sale sign there, so.
yeah,
So whether they want to sell it
Building.
with the,
Business with.
yeah,
yeah, growing concern.
One of the community highways officer has queried the wooden fencing.
yeah.
If it's a, let me see. if I can find it. I'm just gonna have to go into my emails for a second.
I'll talk a bit about the fencing. I support the application.
Yeah.
It's choosing a lay-by, but it's a good use for the lay-by. They have put a fence which looks good.
Yeah,
My only problem comes in when they put their A boards outside the fence and then lock the pavement.
So
which is a bit
community
cheap.
highways officer has asked whether the wooden fencing is being removed. If this has changed to removable barriers, they would not object, but would object to the wooden fencing being in place. They've noted that the applicant is asking for tables either side of the doors, in which case there won't be enough footway remaining.
Okay. We need to keep it to an existing footprint.
Yeah. we support the application
using the existing footprint, we don't want
Yeah,
them blocking them up,
Yeah.
the pavements
and agree with the comments made by
and the highways also.
officer.
I don't mind the existing
Yeah.
woodwork is fine. I think it looks permanently installed. This thing looks better than some of the temporary stuff,
Yeah,
but just keep their eight boards inside
yeah,
or stick them on the wall
yeah. Inside their own
in
footprint.
their agreed area. It's something I've seen a lot of businesses kind of creep.
Yeah, they do. They are now at the moment, John,
Okay,
along the Esplanade.
yeah,
So the comment we,
No.
So the council supports the application, retaining the original footprint, agrees with the comments of the highways officer, regarding footway. And any boards must be kept within the footprint or agreed area.
Yes.
yeah. So that's proposed by councillor Llewellyn. Would anybody else? Seconded by councillor Dickens. Would anybody else like to comment on that? No, so we'll go to the vote. All those in favour?
Yeah.
We now come to item 11. No, there are no other developments. We come to item 12, which is a traffic calming and parking restriction. And I hope we've all had a chance to look at the photographs from Spa Avenue. And then what we've got to decide is whether or not we consider the request above and agree whether we support the request that's being sent up to Dorset Council for assessment and scoring.
I think the way councillor Bell has described it is that vehicles sometimes turn into there at speed, thinking that they're turning into Spa Road.
Yeah. And large vehicles have gone down and it's,
Yeah, emergency service vehicles on
Yeah.
blue lights, then to reverse back up.
so all they're asking for is actually quite reasonable, is be painted on the floor and a sign put up.
Yeah,
Now, I should imagine that the way the highways were, I don't know whether they get the sign, or I think they might get it painted, but I support the application being sent up to see what the highways come back with. But has anybody else got any?
Support. I've seen large vans getting stuck there as well and having difficulty negotiating the cost. So yeah, I agree.
And it's damage to residents' cars
Yeah.
that you don't want to see. So I'll propose that we send it up to Dorchester Council for assessment and scoring. Do I have a seconder? Councillor Day? Anybody else got anything else to say? No? All those in favour? And that is unanimous again. Yeah. We now come to item 14, which is information items. Would anybody like to talk on any of the items that have come up? No. In that case,
we've got 3 emergency
the
items.
items. We come to item
Right.
15. And Dorset Council sent these through.
Yeah, unfortunately, the deadline falls before our next meeting,
Meeting.
and I thought, given that we're meeting this evening,
We can.
we should look at them now,
Yeah.
So, hang on, wrong email. So the first one's for a pavement licence or sitting out licence, as they were known, for Rice and Sale on Custom House Quay, which I believe is at the Yacht Club.
Okay.
Is that the yacht club on, I consider the other side? Because you've got the yacht club on.
The one that's on this side.
It's on the same side as places like the George and
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
Eastside Kitchen, and yeah,
it's not on the RNLI side, no, it's on this side, yeah.
try and find,
Need a map.
oh, that's not very good. Not a very good map with.
Centres.
Let's see anywhere, let's see if I can find it may well be a photo,
Generic map.
there we go.
That was a
Oh, that's
monopolist.
just a small,
Yes, that
see if I can-
monopolist person.
there we go,
Right.
Do you want to do just put a sail covering over it?
No, they reapply for the,
They got to,
permission to sit outside.
Yeah.
they got to just.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
yearly application process, so we're inundated at this time of year.
Yeah,
No, no,
Was it-
listen to it.
No, it's absolutely fine.
No, so this area, I get lots of, I get visitors sending me comments saying this is great.
Yeah.
And so,
I'm just looking at that photo, it does seem like there's a reasonable footway left.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Outside.
So, well, do you want to do all three together or just, no, well, all those, proposed by councillor Rowell, seconded by councillor Dickens, all those in favour? That's unanimous. Yeah.
Okay, so Bridge House Coffee Shop that applied, that we just considered the premises licence, they also want a sitting out.
You know, where they sit underneath.
yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, just look at the map again.
Yeah.
If it,
Let's hope
as
it's
long
not,
as it doesn't block the pavement, it's fine.
It's just on those pillars, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
not obviously, it's bit blurred.
There's a child drawn there.
I think you can all picture it, you know, you come past with the spoons and it's just there on your left.
It used to be called
You never
Rolos
go
or
past
something
where
like
it's
that.
But there's been seating out there,
Yeah,
you know, so, and I have never had any comments.
that's all right.
So I'll propose that we. No objection or,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And second, please.
second, councillor Day. All those in favour? There you go. Unanimous. And then
Lastly,
lastly,
there is an appeal. She says, where's that gone? Might have to. So you've got the detail in your chair, some notes. Pavement opposite 66 to 67, the Esplanade. This is the installation of one internally illuminated double-sided LCD display screen. So it's been refused by Dorset Council.
refused by us, we said no, if I remember right.
Just clutter.
This might be
Yeah, too much street furniture was going
We've
in
got
there.
enough.
638.
And I think we said it's an inappropriate place, is that wrong? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, the committee objected to the application on the grounds of layout and density, design, visual appearance and materials, and the impact on the conservation area. But that comment was subject to Weymouth not losing out on Wi-Fi enhancement, so we don't know what, obviously, what the position will now be that's been refused by Dorset Council. And the recommendation is that the committee agrees whether it wishes to make comments or modify or withdraw its previous representation.
Thanks all right.
We maintain our original comment.
Yeah.
Because there's a separate project going on being sponsored by Dorset Council, which I heard about a few months ago, which involves putting Wi-Fi boosters all the way along the Esplanade, using the existing infrastructure. So they put them within the poles,
Yeah.
the crossings are. So this is just a sneaky way of getting advertising for this on the basis of Wi-Fi boosters.
Mm.
The Wi-Fi boosters don't need to be
This is
the size of fridges. They can be quite small on existing lampposts.
Yeah.
Which is what we're getting already.
Okay, so do you want to propose that we,
No, stick to
Stick to the original.
the same.
Yeah.
okay,
Councillor Clifford, did I see you agreeing? Yeah. Councillor Clifford,
okay.
all those in favour? Thank you very much, committee.
You? I think that is it.
That is it. We close the meeting at.
7:44. Nice read.
Yes.
The whole meeting. Everyone's thinking to